You already knew Inuyasha had romance, comedy, and frankly way too many sit boy moments, but let's be real, the reason we all tuned in? The fights. These weren't just scraps, these were full-on anime wars with claws, cursed swords, and villains who could eat entire armies for breakfast. Today, we're counting down the top 10 Inuyasha fights. And trust me, number 1 will blow your mind harder than Kagome yelling Inuyasha for the 500th time. Inuyasha! This is Honest 10. 10 facts, 0 fluff. Let's get into it. Bankotsu wasn't just a side villain, he was him. Leader of the Band of 7, dripping charisma, swinging Banryu like it was a demon-forged baseball bat. By the final battle, dude is stacked with jewel shards and powered up his sword by slaughtering 1,000 humans and 1,000 demons. That's not just overkill, that is a grind set. The fight with Inuyasha is pure chaos. Banryu blasting energy, Inuyasha throwing everything he's got. Inuyasha even offers him mercy, like, bro, don't let Naraku play you.
No. Wait.
But Bankotsu says nah and goes down swinging. And the kicker? He doesn't lose because he's weak. He loses because Naraku yoinks his jewel shards like unplugging a controller mid-boss fight. Tragic, brutal, and one of the rawest showdowns in the series. This fight is early series chaos, and it goes hard. Hiten and Monten, the Thunder Brothers, don't just kill Shippo's dad, one of them literally wears him as a belt. That's not just villainy, that's Psycho Fashion Week. They kidnap Kagome, and baby Shippo rolls up like he's about to drop a revenge arc. Wow! But his attacks are more Looney Tunes than lethal. Still, respect the effort. Meanwhile, Inuyasha's throwing hands with 2 jewel shard charged maniacs.
上等だ俺の雷撃陣たっぷり味わいなまったく俺もそれほどいいやつじゃねえ
And it all builds to the first real showcase of the Tetsu Saiga, and it absolutely bodies them. Why it matters? This is where Inuyasha proves he's a beast, Kagome proves she's not a damsel, and Shippo officially joins the squad. It set the tone. Brutal villains, insane fights, and just enough comic relief to keep it from being pure nightmare fuel. This fight is messy, personal, and straight up anime soap opera levels of drama. Inuyasha spots Koga's wolves near a destroyed village and assumes they attacked, so he attacks them in revenge. Classic misunderstanding anime energy. Cue Koga rolling in like a Beyblade with jewel shards juicing up his legs, ready to shred. The fight between him and Inuyasha is brutal. 2 powerhouses throwing hands while Kagome is basically caught in the middle of a toxic wolf boy versus dog boy brawl. But when Inuyasha is about to let off a wind scar, Koga smells the danger and runs away. He doesn't take off empty-handed though. He snatches Kagome because her jewel shard radar eyes are the cheat code he needs to save his wolf tribe from a swarm of jewel-powered birds. Thus starting the whole Inuyasha, Koga, Kagome love triangle that we all love to hate. All to find out that Naraku is sort of behind the whole thing. This episode isn't just about the fight, it's the turning point where Koga stops being just Kagome's wolf simp and becomes a legit rival turned anti-hero with his own vendetta against Naraku. And that's why this clash hits harder than your average Monster of the Week scrap. Up until now, Inuyasha's been dunking on random demons of the week, but then, boom, enters Sesshomaru. Full-blooded demon, regal, icy, and already looking down on his half-brother like he's a discount brand. This is where the stakes jump from the villain of the episode to family drama with claws. Sesshomaru wants their father's legendary sword, the Tetsu Saiga, and basically shows up to flex on Inuyasha's unworthy half-human blood. Kagome plays the MVP here, helping unlock the Tetsu Saiga's true power with the power of tears. Suddenly, Inuyasha wants to protect her and has a sword that can level mountains. And Sesshomaru, he's not happy. Plot armor level 1000. Things escalate fast when Sesshomaru goes full kaiju mode, trying to destroy Inuyasha. But the iconic moment, Inuyasha chopping off Sesshomaru's left arm as soon as he gets the sword to transform. That wasn't just a cool battle scar, it's permanent. Sesshomaru spends the rest of the series one-armed, and this fight cements their rivalry as one of anime's most iconic sibling grudge matches. Sesshomaru shows up swinging Tokijin, while Inuyasha's still fumbling with Tessaiga like it's a gym weight that he can't bench. Mid-fight, Inuyasha drops the sword, goes full demon, and suddenly it's a horror show. Fangs, claws, pure bloodlust. For the first time, Sesshomaru actually feels fear. He sees Inuyasha's demon side as way scarier than his half-human one. He's fighting a wild animal that doesn't even know who he is. Totosai even tries to step in like a referee with a wall of fire. Sesshomaru realizes chasing Inuyasha now might be suicide, so he lets them scurry off after Kagome's sit command faceplants him into the dirt. Why it's legendary? Inuyasha proves he is nowhere near ready for Tessaiga yet, but his demon side? Terrifying enough to make even Sesshomaru tremble. Sesshomaru rolls up on Inuyasha with a dragon arm, while Inuyasha is still struggling to master Tessaiga. Mid-fight, Sesshomaru blinds Inuyasha with a little boop to the forehead and blast from Tokijin, forcing him to fight practically blind. And that's when it happens. Inuyasha finally sees the wind scar. With his senses sharpened, he cuts through Sesshomaru's attack and proves he's leveling up. Sesshomaru dips, annoyed but intrigued, leaving Inuyasha with his first real taste of Tessaiga's true power. For the first time, Sesshomaru can't shrug it off. He's hit hard enough that he's forced to retreat, limping away into the forest where he spends days recovering. Here, he meets his future wife, the little girl named Rin. But let's not get into that one. This fight is straight up nightmare fuel. Goshinki, one of Naraku's nastiest incarnations, rolls up with the power to read minds. Every swing, every thought, he is one step ahead, and he actually beats Inuyasha down. But then he does the unthinkable. He bites Tessaiga, and the unbreakable sword, broken like a cheap toy with an actual chomp. And that's when all hell breaks loose. With the seal gone, Inuyasha transforms into his full demon form for the first time. Red eyes, face markings, zero chill. And Goshinki, who is just styling on him, gets absolutely obliterated in seconds. It's not even a fight, it's a horror movie speed run. The only thing that saves everyone? Kagome. One word, sit, snaps him out of it and drags him back from the edge. It proves two things. One, Demon Inuyasha is a monster you don't want to mess with. And two, Kagome isn't just his love interest, she is literally his tether to humanity. Legendary. Talk about a boss fight! Naraku revives Ryukotsusei, the colossal dragon demon who literally killed Inuyasha's dad.
そんなものが通用するかゴツ生てめえがこの鉄砕化でぶっ倒す風の傷コーダありえんことだうわ
Yeah, you heard that right. This monster is the reason Papa Dog Demon is 6 feet under. So when Inuyasha steps up, it's not just another battle, it's family business. Ryukotsusei is an absolute monster, massive, armored, and overflowing with demonic power. Inuyasha is swinging Tessaiga like crazy, but it barely dents him. And then comes the breakthrough. Inuyasha figures out how to spin Ryukotsusei's overwhelming aura back on him. Cue the debut of the Backlash Wave, a move that doesn't just slice, it reflects all that power and sends it screaming back at the enemy. When Inuyasha lands it, Ryukotsusei is basically undone by his own energy. Boom! Game over. This isn't just a win, it's a generational W. Inuyasha proves he's not just wielding his father's sword, he's living up to his father's legacy. Absolutely iconic. If the early Inuyasha versus Sesshomaru fights were pure chaos, then this one's the graduation ceremony. By this point, Sesshomaru has already spent the entire series obsessing over Tsuchiga like it's the last PS5 on Earth. But in this battle, he finally realizes the truth. He doesn't need Daddy's hand-me-down sword to surpass Inuyasha. The fight itself is less blow up the countryside and more about ideology. Sesshomaru pushes Inuyasha, testing if he's truly worthy of their father's legacy. And Inuyasha, he shows up calm, controlled, and fully in sync with Tsuchiga. No wild rage, no losing himself to demon blood, just clean, precise swordsmanship that screams, yeah, I've leveled up. The real kicker is the ending. Instead of another stalemate, Sesshomaru finally drops the Tsuchiga obsession and embraces Tenseiga as his weapon. For the first time, Big Bro acknowledges Inuyasha's strength without throwing shade. It's less about who's stronger and more about respect. And it closes the inheritance storyline that started way back in episode 7. It's not the flashiest battle, but in terms of character growth, peak sibling rivalry arc unlocked. Magatsuhi, the embodiment of the Shikon Jewel's malice, comes for Sesshomaru. And this time, it's not just another monster fight, it's a battle for pride, power, and everything Sesshomaru has been building towards since episode 7.
シショマルこいつまだあれは東東斎様やっと出てきたな殺生丸
At first, Magatsuhi overwhelms him with miasma and curses, and Sesshomaru does something we'd never seen before. He unleashes his full dog form. Towering, feral, and terrifying, it's the raw display of the Daiokai bloodline he's always been bragging about. But even in this monstrous form, Magatsuhi pushes him to the brink. And that's when it happens. Sesshomaru finally lets go of his obsession with the Tsuchiga. For the entire series, that sword was the symbol of what he didn't have, the thing tying him to his father and his jealousy of Inuyasha. But in this fight, he realizes he doesn't need it. Out of his own strength, he awakens his own true weapon, Bakusaiga. One swing and the game changes. Bakusaiga doesn't just cut, it corrupts and destroys everything it touches, erasing Magatsuhi from existence. In that moment, Sesshomaru isn't just fighting to prove he's better than Inuyasha, he is fighting as himself. Why it's legendary? This fight isn't just the defeat of Magatsuhi, it is the death of Sesshomaru's envy. He goes from a prideful rival to a fully realized Daiokai, carving out his own legacy with his own blade. Absolute peak Sesshomaru. And that's 10! From jewel-crazed humans to literal gods of evil, Inuyasha gave us some of the hypest anime fights of all time. But now, I gotta ask, did I nail the rankings or did I just commit anime heresy? Drop your top fight in the comments down below, smash that like button if you're still yelling "Sit boy" in 2025, and subscribe because next time we're diving into the top 10 saddest Inuyasha moments. And trust me, you're not ready to cry that hard. Peace!